Hosco Fittings, we design and manufacture fluid handling components, valves, hose fittings, tubing, and other assemblies that are used in mainly robotic painting and finishing applications where there's a lot of high volume parts and components being painted. We became involved with Bank of Birmingham through sort of an unusual circumstance. Lining up financing in the 2009 timeframe was not very easy. During this economic meltdown, there was a small group of us trying to go through this process of having this company divested and acquiring the business. In that process, I probably spoke to 25 or 30 bankers. The unusual part was that it was actually Jenny Meyer contacted me after hearing that there was an opportunity that I was working on. And she said, well, I'd like to come to Livonia to see the business and get a flavor for what you're doing. And at that point, it dawned on me that this was the first person that I had spoken to that showed any interest at all in seeing what it was that we were doing. So that was the first thing that was very unusual and different. The second thing that was very unusual was within one day of Jenny's visit, she came back and said, hey, we can offer you the following term sheet, and here's what we're willing to do, and here it is on paper. This was unheard of. I had talked to many, many people, and nobody offered really any kind of concrete plan other than a lot of talk. But within a day, we had a term sheet, and again, a very clear understanding of what the bank would or could do for us. My experience with banking has always been with much larger, giant banks. I banked with a company that went through multiple consolidations. It probably changed names 3 times in 5 or 6 years. So I didn't really have a lot of experience with a community bank, but we've been pleasantly surprised. They've grown with us, and we've had no issues related to the size or access, the lack of a branch on every corner. It is not an impediment. Immediately they set us up with the ability to process and scan checks in without having to visit the branch. So it's been a big, big help and a big relief that they were there, ready to help when we needed it. In fact, we find that it's a big improvement. Certainly all of the key people at the bank are on a first name basis with not only myself, but most of the staff here. They strike a tremendous balance of knowing and understanding and being involved in the business, but at the same time staying out of our way and letting us manage and run things the way we see fit and the way a real partner would. So I would not have any qualms at all about dealing with a community bank versus a much, much larger institution. I would tell anyone who is looking for a banker to consider Bank of Birmingham, and we have told many people that. They've been a tremendous partner for us, and again, we've referred many people to the bank, and as far as we know, everybody has had a very similar experience to ours.